Way First Baptist Church for letting us, use their facility. They're so gracious and wonderful, wonderful church, wonderful people, and I can't say enough about them. Also, this is our 7th play, by the way. We started with Midsummer Night's Dream saying, hey, let's just kind of try to do some Shakespeare and, let's throw something together and let's see what happens. And now 7 years later, it's like, oh my gosh. And every year we have challenges and things that come up. I mean, it is Shakespeare, and we're a small homeschool group. But this year in particular was a lot of challenges in particular. It's been crazy. I think we had 2 hurricanes that kind of knocked out some rehearsal time. But every year, though, at whatever play we work on, we always fall in love with it. And I fell in love with this play, just like I do every play we work on. And so I just want you to, I hope that you can appreciate this story. I liked working on it in a traditional sense. So I want you to see something that I learned, which is Catherine's journey, It's really fascinating. So look for the themes of the prodigal son in her. I hope that you can see that. And also the last scene always brings up to mind the book of Esther, when the king calls for Vashti, and Vashti does not come, right? And so I want you to see what happens there and what are the themes that are aligned with that story. I've just loved it. And every year we these are not theatrical children. These are just classical kids, classical education kids. And we work on Shakespeare and some aspect of theater. So one year we did commedia. Another year we did stage combat, and we worked on 3-part harmony and singing like 6-year-old English songs. It was whatever. Anyways, so this year, because this play is, how many know that this is a play within a play? Did you know that? It's actually a play within a play. It starts out with something called an induction, where these people come and they play a joke on a guy, and they have these actors come to play, to do a play for this guy. They treat him like a lord. It's this whole joke. Anyways, a lot of people don't do it, and they cut it. And guess what? I cut it too, okay? Because it's really, I didn't like it, okay? So, but it never comes back in the end. But I thought, you know what we should work on? Musical theater. So we put a little bit of Kiss Me Kate in this, So that's my little ode to the induction there, okay? So look for that. You can't miss it, actually, because there's so many. All right, so I just want to let you know that actors come and go through the center aisle. Bathrooms are located in the back. We hope that you stay seated for the whole duration, because I know that you love Shakespeare. You wouldn't dare to get up off your chairs. But, sometimes it happens and you have to go, right? You gotta go. So if you do, please go out these doors in the back and go around. I'm pointing this way because it's visual. You go around the building, and there's side doors in this parking lot, and you gotta go up a ramp. Is it up a ramp or down? And then there's bathrooms back here, so you can get to them that way, okay? If you have. Hopefully it's just an emergency, because we wouldn't want to interrupt Shakespeare. In fact, you don't want to interrupt Shakespeare so much that you're actually going to turn off your cell phones right now, right? Okay. Woo, turn them off. Because there's nothing like, that really cool, phone ring that you put on, you really like it, and then it goes off at the most inappropriate times, you realize, oh, that doesn't really sound as cool as I thought, all right, so anyway, so that's about it. Tonight, after the play, feel free to greet your family members and your friends. You have about an hour, I guess, only because tonight we do have to take down all this wonderful set and take it all down and throw it all away. No, we try to save as much as possible, but we do have to get ready for this little event called Christmas. All right, so Advent is here, we have to help them. So anyways, I just want to let you know that will be happening. So at some point, if you linger, we will be shoving you out the doors, or we're going to be putting a wrench in your hand. You're going to be worried. So anyways, I hope you sit back and enjoy the Taming of the Shrew.
Your honors players, hearing your amendment, are come to play a pleasant comedy, for so your doctors hold it very meet seeing too much sadness brings on melancholy, and melancholy is the nurse of frenzy. Therefore, they thought it good you hear a play, and frame your minds to mirth and merriment, which bars 1,000 harms and lengthens life. Distraction are we? No theater guild attraction are we? But just a crazy group that never ceases to trip around the map of Little Italy. We open in Venice, we next play Verona, then on to Cremona. Well, to laughs in Cremona. Our next show is Parma. That's dingy, dingy Venice. Then Padua, then Padua. We open again. Where? We open in Venice. We next play Verona. Then on to Cremona.
Lattadello in Cremona.
Our next show is Parma. Then Dopey, Mopey, Venice. Then Padua, then Padua. Then we open again. Where? In Venice!
Fair Padua, nursery of arts, and arrived for fruitful Lombardy, the pleasant garden of great Italy. And by my father's love and leave am armed with his goodwill, and thy good company, my trusty servant well approved in all. Here let us breathe, and happily institute a course of learning and ingenious studies. And therefore, Tranio, for the time I study virtue in that part of philosophy, will I apply that treats of happiness by virtues specially to be achieved. Tell me thy mind, for I have Pisa left and in Padua to come. I see that leaves a shallow plash to plunge him in thee, and with satiety seeks to quench his thirst.
Me pardonato, gentle mastermind. I am in all affected as yourself, glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, while we do study this virtue and moral discipline, let's be no stoics nor no stocks, I pray. Bulk logic with acquaintance that you have, and practice rhetoric in your common talk. Music and poesy used to quicken you. The mathematics and the metaphysics, fall to them as your stomach serves you. No profit grows where is no pleasure taken. In brief, sir, study what you most affect.
For mercy, Tranio, well dost thou advise. If being Dello thou wert come ashore, we could at once put us in readiness, and take a lodging fit to entertain. Such friends as time in Padua shall we get. But stay a while, what company is this?
Master, some show to welcome us.
Gentlemen, importune me no farther, for how I firmly am resolved you know. That is, not to bestow my youngest daughter before I have a husband for the elder. If either of you both love Catherine, because I know you well and love you well, leave shall you have to court her at your pleasure.
To cart her, rather, she's too rough for me. There. Hortensia, will you any wife?
I pray you, sir, is it your will to make a sale of me amongst these mates?
Mates, maid? How mean you that? No mates for you unless you were of gentler, milder mold.
In faith, sir, I wish it was not halfway to her heart. But if it were, doubt not her care should be to come there on with a three-legged stool and paint your face and use you like a fool.
Good Lord, deliver us.
And me too, good Lord.
Ah!
only silence do I see maids mild behavior and sobriety. Peace, Tranio.
Well said, master. Mum and gaze your fill.
Gentlemen, that I may soon make good what I have said. Bianca, get thee in. And let it not displease thee, good Bianca, for I will love thee ne'ertheless, my girl.
A pretty pet in his best put a finger in the eye, and she knew I. Sister, content you in my discontent. Sir, to your pleasure, humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company, on them to look and practice by myself.
Hark, Tranio, thou mayst hear Minerva speak.
Signor Baptista, will you be so strange? Sorry am I that our goodwill affects Bianca's grief.
Why will you mew her up, Signor Baptista, for this fiend of hell, and make her bear the penance of her tongue?
Gentlemen, content you, I am resolved. But go in, Bianca. And for I know she taketh most delight in music, instruments, and poetry, schoolmasters will I keep within my house fit to instruct her youth. If you, Hortensio, or Signor Gremio, you know any such, prefer them hither. For to cunning men I will be very kind and liberal to mine own children in good bringing up. And so farewell. Catherine, you may stay, for I have more to commune with Bianca.
Why, I trust I may go too, man, not! What? Shall I be appointed hours as though belike I knew not what to take and what to leave? Ha!
You may go to the devil! Your gifts are so courteous, none will hold you. Their love is not so great, Hortensio, but we may blow our nails together and fast it fairly out. Our cake's dough on both sides. Farewell. Yet, for the love I bear my sweet Bianca, if I can by any means light on a fit man to teach her that wherein she delights, I will wish him to her father.
So will I, Signor Gremio. But a word, I pray. Though the nature of our quarrel never yet brook parley, know now upon advice it toucheth us both, that we may yet again have access unto our fair mistress, and be happy rivals in Bianca's love, to labor and effect one thing specially.
What's that, I pray?
Mary, to get a husband for her sister.
Oh, a husband, a devil.
I say a husband.
I say, a devil. Thinkest thou, Hortensio, though her father be very rich, any man is so very a fool to be married to hell?
Tush, Gremio. Though it pass your patience and mine to endure her loud alarms, why, man, there could be good fellows in the world, and a man could light on them, would take her with all her faults and money enough.
I cannot tell, but I had as lief take her dowry with this condition, to be whipped at the high cross every morning.
Faith, as you say, there's small choice in rotten apples. But come, since this bar-in-law makes us friends, it shall be so far forth friendly maintained, till by helping Baptista's eldest daughter to a husband, we set his youngest free for a husband, and then have to it afresh. Sweet Bianca, happy man be his dole. He that runs fastest gets the ring. How say you, Signor Gremio?
I'm agreed, and would I had given him the best horse in Padua to begin his wooing that would thoroughly woo her, wed her, and rid the house of her. Come on.
I pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Oh, Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. But see, while idly I stood, looking on, I found the effect of love in idleness. And now in plainness do confess to thee, that art to me as secret and as dear as Anna to the Queen of Carthage was. Tranio, I burn, I pine, I perish. Tranio, if I achieve not this young modest girl, counsel me, Tranio, for I know thou canst. Assist me, Tranio, for I know thou wilt.
Master, perhaps you looked so longly on the maid, you marked not what's the pith of all.
Oh yes, I saw sweet beauty in her face, such as the daughter of Abnor had, that made great Jove to humble him to her hand, when with his knees he kissed the Cretan strand.
Saw you no more? Marked you not how her sister began to scold and raise up such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
Tranio, I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath did she perfume the air. Sacred and sweet was all I saw in her.
Nay then, 'tis time to stir him from his trance.
Go!
I pray awake, sir. If you love the maid, bend thoughts and wits to achieve her. Thus it stands. Her elder sister is so cursed and shrewd that until the father rids his hands of her, your love must live a maid at home. Therefore he has closely mewed her up, because she will not be annoyed with suitors.
Ah, Tranio, what a cruel father is he! But ought thou not advise he took some care to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her?
Aye, marry I am, sir. And now, 'tis plotted.
I have it, Tranio.
Master, from my hand, both our inventions meet and jump in one.
Tell me thine first.
Thou will be schoolmaster and undertake the teaching of the maid. That's your device.
It is. May it be done?
Not possible. For who shall bear your part and be Impadua here Vincentio's son? Keep his house, ply his books, visit his countrymen, welcome his friends, and banquet them?
Master, content thee, for heaven full. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we be distinguished by our faces from man or master. Then it follows thus. Thou shalt be Master Tranio in my stead. I will some other be, some Florentine, some Neapolitan, or meaner man of Pisa. 'Tis hatched and shall be so. Tranio at once, uncase thee. Take my colored hat and cloak. When Biondello comes, he waits on thee. But I will charm him first to keep his tongue.
Well, you had need, sir. In brief, say that your pleasure is, and I am tied to be obedient. For so your father charged me at our parting. Be serviceable to my son, quoth he. Although, I think it was in another sense. I am content to be Lucentio, because so well I love Lucentio.
Tranio be so, because Lucentio knows. And let me be a slave to achieve that maid whose sudden sight hath thralled my wounded eye. Here comes the rogue. Sirrah, where have you been?
Where have I been? Nay, where are you?
Master, has my fellow Tranio stolen your clothes?
Or you stolen his?
Or both?
Pray, what's the news?
Sirrah, come hither. 'Tis no time to jest, and therefore frame your manners to the time. Your fellow Tranio here to save my life puts my apparel and my countenance on, and I for my escape have put on his. For in a quarrel since I came ashore, I killed a man in fear I was described. Wait you on him, I charge you as becomes. Why make way from hence to save my life? You understand me?
Aye, sir. Never wit.
And not a jot of Tranio in your mouth. Tranio is changed into Lucentio.
The better for him would I were so too. Why, when I am alone, then I am Tranio, but in all places else, your master Lucentio.
Tranio, let's go. Oh, one more thing rest, that thyself execute, to make one among these wooers. If thou ask me why, sufficeth my reasons are both good and weighty.
And every time I fed me cock, I fed her all under a tree. And me cock when cock-a-doodle-doo.
And after every farmer's cock did my cock crow.
Verona, for a while I take my leave to see my friends in Padua, but of all my most beloved and approved friend Hortensio. And I trow this is his house. Sir Agrumio, knock, I say.
Knock, sir? Whom should I knock? Is there any man has abused your worship?
Villain, I say knock me here soundly.
Knock you here, sir? Why, sir? What am I, sir, that I should knock you here, sir?
Villain, I say knock me at this gate, and rap me well, or I will knock your knave's pate.
My master's grown quarrelsome. I should knock you first, and then I know after who comes by the worst.
Will I not be? Faith, sirrah, and you'll not knock. I'll ring it. I'll see how you can solfa and sing it.
Mistress, help! My master is mad!
Now knock when I bid you, sirrah, villain.
How now? What's the matter? My old friend Grumio? My good friend Petruchio? How do you all at Verona?
Signor Hortensio, come you depart to fray? Con tutto il cuore ben trovato, may I say.
Alla nostra casa benvenuto. Molto onorato, signor mio Petruchio. Rise, Grumio, rise. We will compound this quarrel.
Nay, sir, 'tis no matter what he ledges in Latin, if this be not lawful cause for me to leave his service. Look you, sir, he bid me knock him and rap him soundly, sir. Well, was it fit for a servant to use his master so?
A senseless...
Being perhaps, I see, 32, a pip
A
out...
senseless villain, good Hortensio. I bade the rascal knock upon your gate, and could not get him for my heart to do it.
Oh. Knock at the gate. Heavens, spake you not these words plain? Sirrah, knock me here, rap me here, knock me well, and knock me soundly. And now you come with knocking at the gate.
Sirrah, be gone or speak not, I advise you.
Petruchio, patience. I am Grumio's pledge. Why, this a heavy chance twixt him and you, your ancient, pleasant, trusty servant Grumio. Well, tell me now, sweet friend, how do you all at Verona?
I come here for such winds as scatters young men throughout the world, to seek their fortunes farther than at home, where a small experience grows. But in a few, Signor Hortensio, thus it stands with me. Antonio, my father, is deceased. And I have thrust myself into this maze, happily to wive and thrive as best I may. Crowns in my purse I have, and goods at home, and so I'm come abroad to see the world.
Petruchio, shall I then come roundly to thee, and wish thee to a shrewd, ill-favored wife? Thou'dst thank me but a little for my counsel, but she shall be rich, I promise thee, and very rich. But thou art too much my friend, and I'll not wish thee to her.
Signor Hortensio, twixt such friends as we, few words suffice. Therefore, if thou knowest one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, think she has Pallas Florentius' love, as old as Sybil, or as cursed as Shrew to Socrates' Xanthopy, or worse, she moves me not, or not removes at least affection's edge at me, were she as rough as are the swelling Adriatic seas. I come to wive it wealthily in Padua, if wealthily, then happily in Padua.
Nay, look you, sir, he tells thee flatly what his mind is. Why, give him gold enough, and marry him to a puppet, or an aglet baby, or an old trot with ne'er a tooth in her head. Though she have as many diseases as 52 horses. Why, nothing goes amiss, so money comes with all.
Petruchio, since we are stepped thus far in, I will continue that I broached in jest. I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife, with wealth enough, and young and beauteous, and brought up as best becomes a gentlewoman. Her only fault, and that is faults enough, is that she is intolerable cursed, and shrewd, and froward so, beyond all measure, that were my state far worse than it is, I would not wed her to a mine of gold.
Hortensio, peace. Thou knowest not gold's effects. Tell me your father's name, and 'tis enough, for I'll board her though she chide as loud as thunder when the clouds in autumn crack.
Her father is Baptista Minola, an affable and courteous gentleman. Her name is Katharina Minola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue,
I know her father, though I know not her, and he knew my deceased father well. Again? I will not sleep, Hortensio, till I see her. Let me therefore be thus bold to give you over at this first encounter, unless you will accompany me thither.
I pray you, sir, let him go while the humor lasts. Oh, my word, and she knew him as well as I do. She would think scolding will do little good upon him. She may perhaps call him half a score of knaves or so. Why, that's nothing. And he begin once, he'll rail in his old rope tricks, I'll tell you what, sir. And she stand but a little while. He will throw a figure in her face, and so disfigure her with that she shall have no more eyes to see withal than a cat. You know him not, sir.
Tarry, Petruchio, I must go with thee, for in Baptista's keep my treasure is. He hath the jewel of my life in hold, his youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca, and her withholds from me, and other more suitors to her, and rivals in my love. Supposing it a thing impossible that ever Katharina will be wooed, therefore this order hath Baptista ta'en, that none shall have access unto Bianca till Catherine the Cursed have got a husband.
Catherine the Cursed, a title for a maid, of all titles the worst.
Now shall my friend Petruchio do me grace, and offer me disguised in sober robes to old Baptista as a schoolmaster well seen in music, so that by this device at least I may have leave and leisure to make love to her, and unsuspected court her by herself.
Why, here's no knavery. See to beguile the old folks, how the young folks put their heads together. But master, look about you, who goes there, ha?
Peace, Grumio, it is the rival of my love. Petruchio, stand by.
A proper stripling and an amorous.
Oh, very well, I have perused the note. Hark you, sir, I'll have them very fairly bound. All books of love. See that at any hand, and see you read no other lectures to her. You understand me? Over and beside Signor Baptista's liberality, I'll mend it with a large S. Take your paper too, and let me have them very well perfumed, for she is sweeter than perfume itself to whom they go to. What will you read to her?
Whatever I read her, I'll plead for you as for my patron. Stand you so assured, as firmly as if yourself were still in place. Yea, and perhaps with more successful words than you. Unless you are a scholar, sir.
Oh, this learning, what a thing it is.
Oh, this woodcock, what a fool it is.
Grumio, God save you, Signor Grumio.
And you are well meant, Signor Hortensio. Trow you whither I am going? To Baptista Minola. I promised to inquire carefully about a schoolmaster for the fair Bianca, and by good fortune I have lighted well on this young man, for learning and behavior fit for her turn, well read in poetry and other books, good ones, I warrant you.
'Tis well, and I have met a gentleman, hath promised to help me to another, a fine musician to instruct our mistress, so that I will no whit be behind in duty to fair Bianca so beloved of me.
Beloved of me, and that my deeds shall prove.
And that his bag shall prove.
Grumio, 'tis now no time to vent our love. Listen to me, and if you speak me fair, I shall tell thee news indifferent, good for either. Here's a gentleman whom by chance I met, upon agreement from us, and to his liking, will undertake to woo cursed Catherine, yea, and to marry her, should her dowry please.
So said, so done, is well. Hortensio, have you told him all her faults?
I know she be an irksome, brawling scold. If that be all, masters, I hear no harm.
No? Sayest be so, friend. What countryman?
Born in Verona, old Antonio's son, my father dead. My fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, sir, such a life with such a wife were strange. But if you have a stomach to it, in God's name you shall have me assisting you in all. But will you woo this wild cat?
Will I live?
Will he woo her? Aye, or I'll hang her.
What came I thither but to that intent? Think you a little din can daunt mine ears? Have I not in my time heard lions roar? Have I not heard the sea, puffed up with winds, rage like an angry boar chafed with sweat? Have I not heard great ordnance in the fields and heaven's artillery thunder in the sky? Have I not in a pitched battle heard loud alarms, neighing steeds, and trumpets clang? And you do tell me of a woman's tongue, which gives not half so great a blow to hear as will a chestnut in a farmer's fire. Tush, tush, fear boys with bugs.
For he fears none.
Hortensio, hark, this gentleman is happily arrived, my mind presumes, for his own good and yours.
I promised we would be contributors, and bear his charge of wooing whatsoever.
And so we will, provided that he win her.
I would I were as sure of a good dinner.
Gentlemen, God save you. Tell me, I beseech you, if I may be bold, which is the readiest way to the house of Signor Baptista Minola?
He that has the two fair daughters. Is he you mean?
Even he, Biendello.
Hark you, sir, you mean not her to...
Perhaps him and her, sir. What have you to do?
Not her that chides, sir, at any hand, I pray.
I love no chider, sir.
Ah.
Biendello, let's away.
We'll be gone, Charnio.
Sir, a word ere you go. Are you a suitor to the maid you talk of? Yea or no?
And if I be, is it any offense?
No, if without more words you will get you hence.
I pray, sir, are not the streets as free for me as for you?
But so is not she.
For what reason, I beseech you?
For this reason, if you'll know, that she's the choice love of Signor Grigno.
That she's the chosen of Signor Hortensio.
Softly, my masters, if you be gentlemen, do me this right. Hear me with patience. Baptista is a noble gentleman, to whom my father is not all unknown. And were his daughter fairer than she is, she may more suitors have, and me, for one. The fair Leda's daughter had 1,000 wooers, and well one more may fair Bianca have, and so she shall. Lucentio shall make one. Though Paris came in hope to speed alone.
What? This gentleman will outtalk us all?
Sir, give him head. I know he'll prove a jade.
Hortensio, to what end are all these words?
Sir, may I be so bold as to ask you, have you yet seen Baptista's daughters?
No, sir, but I do hear that he hath two. The one as famous for a scolding tongue, as is the other for beauteous modesty.
Sir, the first for me. Let her go by.
Yea, leave that labor to great Hercules.
The younger daughter whom you hearken for, her father keeps out of all access of suitors, and will not promise her to any man until the elder sister first be wed.
If this be true, sir, that you are the man must stead us all, and me amongst the rest. If you do this, break the ice, achieve the younger at the older, and set the younger free for our access, whose hap shall be to have her, will not so graceless be as to be ingrate.
Sir, you say well, and well you do conceive. And since you do profess to be a suitor, you must, as we do, gratify this gentleman, to whom we all rest generally beholding.
Sir, I shall not be slack. In sign whereof, please it you, we may this afternoon quaff carouses to our mistress elf, and do as adversaries do in law, strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends.
Oh, excellent motion.
Fellows, let's be gone.
The motion's good indeed. Trucio, be it so, I shall be thy Benvenuto.
Good sister, wrong me not, nor wrong yourself to make a bondmaid and a slave of me that I disdain. But for these other goods, unbind my hands. I'll pull them off myself, yea, all my raiment to my petticoat, or what you will command riches more. You will have Gremio to keep you fair. Is it for him you do envy me so? Nay, then you jest, and now I well perceive you have but jested with me all this while. I prithee, Sister Kate, untie my hands. Come here. If that be jest, then all the rest will sell. You wretch!
Why, how now, Dave? Whence grows this insolence? Bianca, stand aside. Poor girl, she weeps. Go ply thy needle, meddle not with her. For shame thou wilt not say. Why dost thou wrong her that did ne'er wrong thee? When did she cross thee with a bitter word?
Her silence flouts me, now be revenged!
What? In my sight? Bianca, get thee in.
What, will you not suffer me? Nay, now I see. She is your treasure. She must have a husband, and I must dance barefoot on her wedding day. And for your love to her lead apes in hell.
Catherine.
Come not to me! I will go sit and weep till I may find occasion of revenge!
Was ever gentleman thus grieved as I? No, but who comes here?
Good morrow, neighbor Baptista.
Good morrow, neighbor Gremio. God save you, gentlemen.
And you, good sir. Tell me, have you not a daughter called Katerina, fair and virtuous?
I have a daughter, sir, called Katerina.
What you want? Go to it orderly.
You wrong me, Signor Gremio. Give me leave. I am a gentleman of Verona, sir, adhering of her beauty and her wit, her bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities, and mild behavior, and thus bold to show myself a forward guest within your house, to make mine eye the witness of that report which I so oft have heard. And, to an entrance to my entertainment, I do present you with a man of mine, cunning in the music, and the mathematics. To instruct her fully in those sciences, of the which I know she is not ignorant, except of him, or else you do me wrong. His name is Litio, born in Mantua.
You're welcome, sir, and he for your good sake. But for my daughter Catherine, this I know, she's not for your turn, the more my grief.
I see you do not mean to part with her, or else you like not of my company.
Mistake me not. I speak but as I find. Whence are you, sir? What may I call your name?
Petruchio is my name, Antonio's son, a man well known throughout all Italy.
I know him well. You are welcome for his sake.
Saving your tale, Petruchio, I pray let us that are but poor petitioners speak too. Bacchante, you are marvelous forward.
Oh, pardon me, Signor Gremio. I would fain be doing.
I doubt it not, sir. But you will curse your wooing. Neighbor, this is a gift very grateful, I am sure of it. To express the like kindness, myself, that have been more kindly beholding to you than any, freely give unto you this young scholar, that hath been long studying at Rheims,
Bonjour.
as cunning Greek,
Charite.
Latin,
Salve.
and other languages,
Konnichiwa.
as the other in music and mathematics. His name is Cambio. Pray accept his service.
1,000 thanks, Signor Gremio. Welcome, good Cambio. But, gentle sir, methinks you walk like a stranger. May I be so bold to know the cause of your coming?
Sir, the boldness is mine own, that being a stranger in this city here, to make myself a suitor unto your daughter, unto Bianca, fair and virtuous. Nor is your firm resolve unknown to me in the preferment of the eldest sister. This liberty is all that I request, that upon knowledge of my parentage, I may have welcome amongst the rest that woo, and free access and favor as the rest. Toward the education of your daughters, I here bestow this simple instrument, and this small packet of Greek and Latin books. If you accept of them, then their worth is great.
Lucentio is your name. Of whence, I pray?
Of Pisa, sir, son to Vincentio.
A mighty man of Pisa. By report, I know him well. You are very welcome, sir. Take you the lute, and you the set of books. You shall go see your pupils presently. Hold up, within. Sirrah, lead these gentlemen to my daughters, and tell them both these are their tutors. Bid them use them well. We will go walk a little in the orchard, and then to dinner. You are passing welcome, and so I pray you all to think yourselves.
Senor Baptista, my business asketh haste, and every day I cannot come to woo. You knew my father well, and in him me left solely heir to all his lands and goods, of the which I have bettered rather than decreased. Then tell me, if I win your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
After my death, the 1/2 of my lands, and in possession 20,000 crowns.
And for that dowry, I'll assure her of her widowhood, be it that she survives me, all of my lands and leases whatsoever. Let specialities therefore be drawn up between us, that covenants may be kept on either hand.
Aye, when the special thing is well obtained, that is her love, for that is all in all.
Why, that is nothing. For I tell thee, father, I am peremptory as she is proud-minded. And when two raging fires meet, they do consume the thing that feeds their fury. As little fire grows great with little wind, yet extreme gusts will blow out fire and all. So I to her, and so she yields to me, for I am rough and woo not like a babe.
Well mayest thou woo, and happy be thy speed. But be thou armed for some unhappy words.
Aye, to the proof, as mountains are to winds that shakes not, though they blow perpetually.
How now, my friend? Why dost thou look so pale?
For fear, I promise you, if I look pale,
What? Will my daughter prove a good musician?
she may sooner prove a soldier. Iron may hold with her, but never lutes.
Why, then thou canst not break her to the lute?
Why no, for she hath broke the lute to me. I did but tell her she mistook her frets, and bowed her hand to teach her fingering, one with a most impatient, devilish spirit. Frets call ye these, quoth she. I'll film with them. And with that word she struck me on the head, and through the instrument my pate made way. And there I stood amazed for a while, as on a pillory, looking through the loops. While she did call me rascal fiddler and twangling jack, and 20 other such vile terms, as she had studied to misuse me so.
Now, by the world, it is a lusty wench. I love her 10 times more than e'er I did. How I long to have some chat with her.
Well, go with me, and be not so discomfited. Proceed in practice with my younger daughter. She's apt to learn and is thankful for good terms. Signor Petruchio, will you go with us, or shall I send my daughter Kate to you?
I pray you do. I'll attend her here. And woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she do rail. Why then, I'll tell her she sings as sweetly as the nightingale. Say that she do frown. Why then, I'll say she looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say that she be mute and will not speak a word. Why then, I'll commend her volubility and say she uttereth piercing eloquence. If she do bid me pack, I'll give her thanks as though she bid me stay by her a week. If she deny to wed, then I'll crave the day when I shall ask the bands and when be married. But here she comes, and now Petruchio, speak. Good morrow, Kate, for that's your name I hear.
Well, have you heard but something hard of hearing? They call me Catherine,
Nay, you lie in faith, for you are called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, sometimes Kate the cursed, but Kate, the prettiest Kate of Christendom, Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate. For dainties are all Kates, and therefore take this of me, Kate of my consolation, hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtue spoken and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs, myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved. In good time. Let him that moves you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first, you are immovable.
Why, what's a movable?
A joint stool.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Donkeys are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such date as you with me, you mean.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Come, you wasp, in faith you are too angry.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy, then, is to pluck it out.
I, if the fool could find his where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue!
Whose tongue?
If you talk of tails, so farewell.
Nay, come again, good Kate, I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
I swear I'll cuff you if you strike again.
So may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman. And if no gentleman, why then no arms?
A herald, Kate. Oh, put me in thy books.
What is your crest, a coxcomb?
A combless cock, so Kate will be my hen.
No cock of mine. You crow too like a craven.
Nay, come, Kate, come. You must not look so
It
sour.
is my fashion when I see a crab.
Oh, why, here's no crab, and therefore look not sour.
There is.
Then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What, you mean my face?
Well aimed for such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with care.
I care not.
Nay, here you, Kate, in sooth, you escape not so.
I take you if I tarry, let me go!
Ah. Nay, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough, coy, sullen, and now I find a forth a very liar. But thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, slow in speech, yet sweet as springtime flowers. Thou canst not frown, thou canst not look askance, nor bite the lip is angry when she will, nor hast thou pleasure to cross and talk. With mildness entertains thy wooers of gentle comfort, soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? Oh. Kate, like the hazel twig, is straight and slender, and as brown as hue as hazelnuts and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk, thou dost not halt.
Go, fool, in whom thou keepest command.
Did Dian ever so become a girl, was Kate this chamber with her princely Kate? Oh, be thou Dian, let her be Kate. Let Kate be chaste and Dian sportful.
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It is extempore, from my mother's wits.
The witty mother witless else her son.
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Oh, thanks. Setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms, your father hath consented that you shall be my wife, your dowry agreed upon, and will you, nill you, I will marry you. Nay, Kate, I am a husband for your turn, for by the slight I see thy beauty that doth make me like thee well. Thou must be married to no man but me, for I am he, Kate, and born to tame you, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. Here comes your father, never make denial. I must and will have Catherine to my wife.
And now, Signor Petruchio, I'll speed you with my daughter.
How much well, sir, how much well. It weren't possible that I should speed amiss.
Why, how now, daughter Catherine, in your dunk?
Call you me daughter. Now I promise you have shown a tender, fatherly regard to wish me wed to one half lunatic, a madcap ruffian, and a swearing jack, that he was owed to face the matter out.
Father, 'tis thus. Yourself and all the world that talked of her have talked amiss of her. If she be cursed, 'tis for policy, for she is not froward, but modest as the dove. She is not hot, but temperate as the morn. For patience shall prove a second Grizzle and a Roman Lucrece for her chastity. And to conclude, we have agreed so well together that upon Sunday is the wedding day.
Yay!
they first.
Hark, Petruchio, she says she'll see the hangs first.
Is this your speeding? Hey then, good night our parts.
Patience, gentlemen. I choose her for myself. If she and I be pleased, what's that to you? 'Twas bargained twixt us twain, being in private, that she shall still be cursed in company. I tell you, 'tis incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate, she hung around my neck and kiss on kiss, she vied so fast, protesting oath on oath, that in a twink she won me to her love. Oh, you are novices, 'tis a world to see how tame when men and women are alone, a meek-off wretch can prove the curse to Give me thy hand, Kate! I will to Venice to buy apparel against the wedding day. Prepare the feast, father, and bid the guest. I'll be sure my Catherine shall be fine.
I know not what to say, but give me your hands. God send you joy, Petruchio. 'Tis a match.
Yeah! Father, wife, and gentlemen, adieu. I will to Venice. Sunday comes apace. We will have rings and things and fine array. We will be married to Sunday.
Was ever match clapped up so suddenly?
Faith, gentlemen, now I play a merchant's part and venture madly on a desperate mart.
'Twas a commodity lay fretting by you, 'twill bring you gain or perish on the seas.
The gain I seek is quiet in the match.
No doubt but he hath got a quiet catch. But now, Baptista, to your younger daughter, now is the day we long have looked for. I'm your neighbor and was suitor first.
And I am one that love Bianca more than words can witness, or your thoughts can guess.
Youngling, thou canst not love so dear as I,
Greybeard, thy love doth free.
but thine doth thrive. Skipper, stand back. 'Tis age that nourisheth.
But youth in young ladies' eyes that flourisheth.
Content you, gentlemen. I will compound this strife. His deeds must win the prize, and he of both that can assure my daughter greatest dower shall have my Bianca's love. Say, Signor Gremio, what can you assure her?
First, as you know, my house within the city is richly furnished with plate and gold, basins and ewers to lave her dainty hands, my hangings all of Tyrian tapestry. In ivory coffers have I stuffed my crowns, in cypress chest my heiress counterpoints. Costly apparel, tents and canopies, fine linen, turkey cushions bossed with pearl, valance of Venice gold and needlework, pewter and brass, and all things that belongs to house or housekeeping. Then at my farm I have 100 milch kine to the pail, 60 fat oxen standing within my stalls, and all things answerable to this portion. Myself am old and struck in years, I must confess, and if I die tomorrow, this is hers. If, whilst I live, she will be only mine.
That only came well in, Signor Gremio. Sir, this to me. I am my father's heir and only son. If I may have your daughter to my wife, I'll assure her of houses 3 or 4 as good within rich Pisa walls as any one of Signor Gremio has in Padua. Besides, 2,000 ducats of fruitful land by the year, all of which shall be her jointure. What, have I pinched you, Signor Gremio?
2,000 ducats by the year of land. My land amounts not to so much in all. Ah, that she shall have, besides an argosy that now is lying in Marsilius's road. What, have I choked you with an argosy?
Gremio, 'tis known my father hath no less than 3 great argosies, besides 2 galleasses and 12 tight galleys. These I will assure her. And twice as much, whate'er the offer is next.
Nay, I have offered all. I have no more, and she can have no more than all I have. Neighbor, if you like of me, she shall have me and mine.
Why then, the maid is mine from all the world. By your firm promise, Gremio is outvied.
I must confess your offer is the best. And let your father make her the assurance she is your own, else you must pardon me. If you should die before him, where's her dower?
That's but a cavil. He is old, I young.
And may not young men die as well as old?
Well, gentlemen, I am thus resolved. On Sunday next, you know my daughter Catherine is to be married. Now, on the Sunday following, shall Bianca be bride to you, if you make this assurance. If not, to Signor Gremio. And so I take my leave, and thank you both.
Adieu, good neighbor. Now I fear thee not, should I, young gamester, your father were a fool, to give thee all, and in his waning age, set foot under thy table. Tut, a toy. An old Italian fox is not so kind, my boy.
A vengeance on your crafty withered hide. Yet I have faced it with a card of 10. 'Tis in my mind to do my master good. I see no reason but that supposed Lucentio must get, a father called supposed Vincencio. And that's a wonder. Fathers do commonly get their children, but in this case of wooing, a child shall get a sire, if I fail not of my cunning.
Fiddler for bear, you grow too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment her sister, Catherine, welcomed you withal?
But, wrangling pedant, this is the patroness of heavenly harmony, and give me leave to have prerogative. And when in music we have spent an hour, your lecture shall have leisure for as much.
Preposterous fool, that never read so far to know the cause why music was ordained. Is it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, serve in your harmony.
Sirrah, I will not bear these braves of thine.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong, to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I am no breaching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours nor appointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife, here sits we now. Take you your instrument, play you the whiles. His lecture will be done ere you have tuned.
You'll leave his lecture when I am in tune?
That will be never. Tune your instrument.
Where left we last?
Here, madame. Hic ebat Samois, hic est sagittellus, hic staturat priami, regia celsa senis.
Consider them.
Hic ebat, as I've told you before. Samois, I am Lucentio. Hic est, son unto Vincencio of Pisa. Sagittellus, disguised thus to get your love. Hic steterat, and that Lucentio that comes a-wooing. Priami is my man Tranio. Regia, bearing my port. Celsa senis, though he might be God's old pantaloon.
Madame, thy instrument's in tune.
Let's hear. Oh, fie, the troubled jars.
Spit in the hole, man, and tune again.
Now let me see if I can concert. Hic ebat Simois, I know you not. Hic essegea tellus, I trust you not. Hic steterat priami, take heed he hear us not. Regia, presume not. Celsa sinis, despair not.
Madame, 'tis now in tune.
All but the bass.
'Tis the base knave that jaws. How fiery and forward our pedant is. Now for my life the knave doth court my love. But Ascule, I'll watch you better yet.
In time I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Mistrust it not, for sure Aeacides was Ajax, called so from his grandfather.
I must believe my master, else I promise you I should be arguing still upon that doubt. But let it rest. Now let's yield to you. Good master, take it not unkindly, pray, that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk, and give me leave a while. My my lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait. And watch withal, for but I be deceived, our fine musician groweth amorous.
Madame, before you touch the instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with rudiments of art, to teach you gamut in a briefer sort, more pleasant, pithy, and effectual than any that have been taught by any of my trade. And here it is in writing, fairly drawn.
Why, I am past my gamuts long ago.
Yet read the gamut of Hortensio.
Gamut I am, the ground of all accord. A ray. To plead Hortensio's passion, be me. Bianca, take him for thy lord. Si fa ut. That love with all affection. Di so re. 1 clef, 2 notes have I, e la mi. She'll pick you or I die. Call you this gamut? Tut, I like it not. Old fashions please me best. I'm not so nice to change true rules for odd inventions.
Mistress, your father prays you leave your books and help to dress your sister's chamber up. You know tomorrow is the wedding day.
Farewell, sweet masters both. I must be gone.
Faith, mistress, that I have no cause to stay.
But I have cause to pry into this pedant. Methinks he looks as though he were in love. But if thy thoughts, Bianca, be so humble as to cast thy wondering eyes upon every stale, seize thee that list. And if at once I find thee ranging, Hortensio will quit thee by changing.
Signor Lucentio, this is the appointed day that Catherine and Petruchio should be married. And yet we hear not of our son-in-law. What will be said? What mockery will it be to want the bridegroom when the priest attends to speak the ceremonial rites of marriage? What says Lucentio to this shame of ours?
No shame but mine. I must forsooth be forced to give my hand opposed against my heart to a mad-brained Rudesby full of spleen, who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure. I told you he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests and blunt behavior, and to be noted for a merry man, who woo 1,000, point the day of marriage, make friends, invite, proclaim the banns, and never means to wed where he hath wooed. Now must the world point at poor Catherine and say, lo, there's mad Petruchio's wife, and if it would please him, come and marry her.
Patience, good Catherine, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchio means but well, whatever fortune stays him from his word. Though he be blunt, yet I know him passing wise. Though he be merry, yet withal he's honest.
But Catherine had never seen him thou.
Go, girl, I cannot blame thee now to weep, for such an injury would vex a very saint, much more a shrew of thy impatient humor.
Master! What's wrong, Master? Master! News and such old news as you've never heard of.
Is it new and old too? How may that be?
Why, is it not news here if Petruchio's coming?
Is he come?
Why, no, sir.
What then?
He is coming.
Well, when will he be here?
When he stands where I am and sees you there. But what to thine old news? Why, Petruchio's coming in a new hat and an old jerkin, a pair of old breeches that have been thrice turned, a pair of boots that have been candle cased, one buckled, the other laced, a rusty old sword taken out of the town armory, and a chaplet with 2 broken points. His horse hipped with an old mothy saddle and stirrups of no kindred, besides possessed with the glanders, like the most in chime, troubled Olympus, infected with fashion, full of gills, fed with ravens, rare with the eldest pasture and fies, dark spoiled gone, with bought, swayed back, shoulder shot, near like before, and with a half-checked bit and headstalls of sheep's leather, which, being restrained to keep him from stumbling, hath often been burst, and now repaired with knots. one girth 6 times piece, with a woman's couple of velour, which hath 2 letters of her name fairly set down in studs, and here and there a piece of packthread.
Who comes with him?
Oh, sir, his lackey, and for all the world comparison, like the horse, with a linen stock on one leg and a Kersey's boot hose on the other, guarded with a red and blue list, and a hat, 40 fancies pricked in for a fashion, and a very monster in apparel, and not like a gentleman's lackey or a Christian's footboy.
'Tis some odd humor that pricks him to this fashion. Yet oftentimes he goes about but mean apparelled.
I am glad he's come, howsoe'er he comes.
Why, sir, he comes not.
Didst thou not say he comes?
Who, that Petruchio came?
Aye, that Petruchio came.
Nay, I say his horse comes with him on his back.
Why, that's all one.
Nay, by St. Jamie I hold you a penny. A horse and a man are more than one, and yet not many. Ah!
Where be these gallants? Who's at home?
You are welcome, sir.
And yet I come not well.
And yet you halt not.
Not so well apparelled as I wish you were.
Were it better I should rush and thus? But where is Kate? Where is my bride? How does my father? Gentles, methinks you frown. And wherefore stand this goodly company as if they'd seen some wondrous monument, some comet or unusual prodigy?
Why, sir, you know this is your wedding day. First were we sad, fearing you would not come. Now sadder that you come so unprovided. Fie, doff this habit, shame to your estate, an eyesore to our solemn festival.
But tell us, sir, what occasion of import hath also long detained you from your wife, and brought you hither so, unlike yourself?
Tedious it were to tell, and hard to hear. Sufficeth, I am come to keep my word. But where is Kate? I stay too long from her. The morning wears, 'twas time we were at church.
See not your bride in these unreverent robes. Go to my chamber, put on clothes of mine.
Not I, believe me, thus I'll visit her.
But thus I trust you will not marry her.
Good sooth, even thus, therefore done with words. To me she's merry, not into my clothes, and if I could repair what she will wear in me as I can change these poor accoutrements, 'twere well for Kate and better for myself. But what a fool am I to chat with you when I should go bid morrow to my bride and seal the title with a lovely kiss.
We will persuade him, be it possible, to put on better ere you go to church.
I'll after him and see the event of this.
Were not that my fellow schoolmaster doth watch Bianca's steps so narrowly, 'twere good, methinks, to seal our marriage. Which once performed, let all the world say no. I'll keep mine own despite all the world.
That by degrees we mean to look into, and watch our vantage in this business. But, sir, to love concerneth us to add her father's liking, which to bring to pass, as I before imparted to your worship, I am to get a man, whate'er he be, it skills not much, will fit him to our turn. And he shall be Vincentio of Pisa, and make assurance in Padua here of greater sums than I have promised it. So shall you quietly enjoy your hope, and marry sweet Bianca with consent. Will overreach the graybeard Gremio, the narrow-pride father Manola, the quaint musician amorous Licio, and all for my master's sake, Lucentio. Signor Gremio, come you from the church?
As willingly as e'er I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
Oh, a bridegroom, say you? 'Tis a groom indeed. A grumbling groom, and that the girl shall find.
Curster than she? Why, 'tis impossible.
Why, he's a devil, a very fiend.
Why, she's a devil.
Oh, tut, she's a lamb, a dove, a fool to him. I'll tell you, Sir Lucentio, when the priest should ask if Catherine should be his wife, "Aye, by Gog's boons," quoth he, and swore so loud that all amazed, the priest let fall the book. And as he stooped again to take it up, this mad-brained bridegroom took him such a cuff that down fell priest and book and priest. Now take them up, quoth he, if any list.
What said the wench when he rose again?
Why, trembled and shook, for why he stamped and swore as if the vicar meant to cozen him. But after many ceremonies done, he calls for wine. A health, quoth he, as if he had been aboard, carousing to his mates after a storm, quaffed off the muscatel, and threw the sops all in the sexton's face, having no other reason but that his beard grew thin and hungerly, and seemed to ask him sops as he was drinking. This done, he took the bride about the neck, and kissed her lips with such a clamorous smack, that at the parting all the church did echo. And I, seeing this, came thence for very shame. And after me I know the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before. Hark, hark. I hear the minstrels play.
Gentlemen and friends, I thank you for your pains. I know you think to dine with me today, and I've prepared a great store of wedding cheer. But so it is, my haste hath told me hence, and here I mean to take my leave.
Is it possible you will away tonight?
I must away today, before night come. Make it no wonder, if you knew my business, you'd entreat me rather go than stay. But honest company all, I thank you that have beheld me give away myself to this honest, sweet, and virtuous wife. Dine with my father, drink a health to me, for I must hence, and so farewell to you all.
Sir, let us entreat you stay till after dinner.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I am content you shall entreat me to stay, and yet not stay. Yeah, you can.
Now, if you love me, stay.
Grumio, my horse.
Aye, sir, they be ready. The oats have eaten the horses.
Why, then do it thou canst. I will not go today, no, nor tomorrow, not until I please myself. The door is open, sir, there lies your way. You may be jogging while your boots are green. As for me, I will not be gone until I please myself. 'Tis like you'll prove a jolly surly groom that take it on you at the first so roundly.
Oh, content thee, Kate. Prithee, be not angry.
I will be angry. What hast thou to do?
Catherine!
Father, be quiet! He will stay my leisure.
Aye, marry, sir. Now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see a woman may be made a fool if she had not the spirit to resist.
They will go forward, Kate, at thy command. Obey the bride, you that tend on her. Go to the feast, revel, domineer, be mad or merry, go hang yourselves. But for my bonny Kate, she must with me. Nay, look not big, nor step, nor stare, nor fret. I'll be master of what is mine own. She is my goods, my chattels. She is my house, my household stuff, my field, my barn, my horse, my ox, my anything. Here she stands, touch her whoever dare. I'll bring mine action on the proudest he that stops my way in Padua. Grumio, draw forth thy weapon. Brave to such your deeds. Rescue thy mistress if thou art a man. Fear not, once they shall not touch me. Hey, I'll buckler thee against a million.
Nay, let them go. Couple of quiet ones.
When they knocked away quickly, I should die with laughing.
Of all mad matches never was the like.
Mistress, what's your opinion of your sister?
That being mad herself, she's madly mated.
Oh, I warrant him. Petruchio is cated.
Neighbors and friends, though bride and bridegroom once, for to supply the places at the table, you know there wants no junkets at the feast. Lucentio, you shall supply the bridegroom's place, and let Bianca take her sister's room.
Shall sweet Bianca practice how to bride it?
She shall, Lucentio. Come, gentlemen, let's go.
Part 2. Places. Come on. Hi. 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 Oi.
The girls today in society go for classical poetry. To win their hearts, one must quote with ease Aeschylus and Euripides. One must know Homer and Poe, Sophocles, also Sappho. And must you know Shelley and Keats and Pope. Dainty Debbies will call you a dope, but the poet of them all, who will stardom simply raving, is the poet people call the Bard of Stratford-on-Avon. Brush up your Shakespeare, start quoting him now. Brush up your Shakespeare, and the women you will wow.
Just declaim a few lines from Othello,
And they'll think you're a heck of a fella.
If your blonde won't respond when you flatter her,
Tell her what Tony told Cleopatra.
And if still to be shocked she pretends well.
just a reminder that all's well that ends
well.
Brush up your Shakespeare, and they'll all kowtow. Brush up your Shakespeare, start quoting him now. Brush up your Shakespeare, and the women you will wow. With the wife of a British ambassador, try a crack at a Troilus and Cressida. If she says she won't buy it or take it, make her take it once more as you like it. If she says your behavior is heinous, you go right in the Coriolanus. Brush up your Shakespeare, and they'll all kowtow.
Oi! Hey, stop!
Brush up your Shakespeare, and they'll all kowtow.
Us buckets!
They'll all kowtow.
I trout!
They'll all kowtow.
Oh, fie! Fie! On all mad masters and all foul ways. Was ever man so beaten? Was ever man so rayed? Was ever man so weary? I am set before to make a fire, and they are coming after to warm themselves. Now, were I not a little pot and soon hot, my very lips might freeze to my teeth, my tongue to the roof of my mouth, my heart in my belly, ere I should come by a fire to thaw me. But I, with blowing the fire, shall warm myself, for considering the weather, a taller man than I shall take cold. Hola, ho, Curtis!
who
is that called so coldly?
A piece of ice. If thou doubt it, thou mayst slide from my shoulder to my heel, with no greater run but my head and my neck. A fire, good Curtis.
Is my master and his wife coming, Grumio?
Oh, I, Curtis, I, and therefore fire, fire. Cast on no water.
Is she so hot as Shrew as she's reported?
She was, good Curtis, before this frost. But thou knowest, winter tames man, woman, and beast. First tame my own master, my new mistress, and myself, fellow Curtis.
Oh, wait! I am no beast.
But wilt thou make a fire? Or shall I complain on thee to our mistress, whose hand, she being now at hand, thou shalt soon feel to thy cold comfort, for being so slow in thine hot office.
Tell me, Grumio, how goes the world?
A cold world, Curtis, in every office but thine, and therefore fire. Do thy duty and have thy duty, for my master and mistress are almost frozen to death.
Is fire ready? And therefore, Grumio, the news.
Where's the cook? Is supper ready? The house trimmed, the rushes strewed, the cobwebs swept, the servantmen in the new fustian, their white stockings on, and every officer his wedding garment on. Be the jacks fareth in, the jills fareth out, the carpets laid, and everything in order.
All's ready. Therefore, news.
First, know, my horse is tired, and my master and mistress fallen out.
How?
Out of their saddles into the dirt, and thereby hangs a tail.
Let's have it.
Then thine ear.
Here.
There.
Oh, this is to feel a tale, not to hear a tale.
And therefore 'tis called a sensible tale. And this cuff was but to knock at your ear and beseech listening. Now I begin. In primis, we came down a foul hill. My master riding behind my mistress.
Both of one horse?
What's that to thee?
Why, a horse.
Tell thou the tale. Boo! But hast thou not crossed me? Thou just heard how her horse fell, how her under her horse, how in a miry place, how she was bemoiled. How he left her with the horse upon her, how he beat me. Ah! Ah! Because her horse stumbled, how she waded through the dirt to pluck him off me, how he swore. How she prayed. How I cried. How the horses ran away. How her bridle was burst. How I lost my crupper. With many things of worthy memory, which now shall die in oblivion, and thou return unexperienced to thy grave.
By this account, he is more shrew than she.
I, and that thou, and the proudest of all, shall find when he comes home. But what I talk of this? Call forth Nathaniel, Joseph, Nicholas, Walter, Sugarsop, and the rest. Let their heads be sickly combed, their blue coats brushed, let their garters be in an indifferent knit. Let them curtsy with their left leg, and not presume to touch a hair of my master's horse till they has kissed their hands. Are they all ready?
They are.
Call them forth.
Do you hear how? Must meet my master to countenance my mistress.
Welcome home, Grumio.
How now, Grumio?
Listen, Grumio. Fellow Grumio.
How now, old lad?
What you, fellow you? Welcome you, and thus much for greeting. Now, my spruce companions, is all things ready and all things neat?
All things is ready. How near is our master?
Even at hand, delighted by this, and therefore,
Romeo!
God's passion, silence, I hear my master.
Where be these knaves? What? No man at the door to hold my stirrup, nor to take my horse. Where is Nathaniel? Gregory? Philip?
Here's
Yes, sir! You logger-headed, unpolished grooms! What? No attendance? No regard? No duty? Where's the foolish knave I sent before?
Here, sir, as foolish as I was before.
You peasant swain! You Moltor drudge! Did I not bid thee meet me in the park and bring along these rascal knaves with thee?
Nathaniel's coat, sir, was not fully made, and Gabriel's pumps were all big to the heel, and there is no link to color Peter's hat, and Walter's dagger was not come from sheathing. There is no vine but Adam, Rafe, and Gregory. The rest were ragged, old, and beggarly. Yet as they are, here they come to meet you.
Go, go rascals, go and fetch my supper in! Where is the life that late I led? Where are those? Kate. Kate, come, Kate, sit down, sit down. Sit down and welcome. Food?
Food.
Oh, food! 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 Why, when I say! Now, come, sweet Kate, be merry. Off with my boots, you rogues, you villains, when? It was the Friar of Earl's Grey. Ah, you rogue, you buck my foot awry. Take that, and mend the plucking of the other. Be merry, Kate. Where is my spaniel Troilus? Sirrah, get to the pants and bid my cousin Ferdinand come hither. One Kate you must kiss and be acquainted with. Where are my slippers? Shall I have some water? Come, Kate, wash and welcome heartily. You villain, will you let it fall?
I pray you, sir, 'twas a fault unwilling.
A fiddle-headed, black-eared knave! Come on. Oh, no. No. Here. Come, Kate, sit down. I know you have a stomach. Will you give thanks, sweet Kate, or else shall I? Pater noster, qui est in caelis, sanctificator nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua sicut et caelo et in terra, panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et debite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimittimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo. Quia tuum est regnum et potentia et gloria in saecula saeculorum. Benedict Domine, nos et haec tua nos, sumus unturi per Christum Dominum nostrum. Amen.
Amen!
What's this? Mutton?
I.
Who brought it?
I.
'Tis burnt, and so is all the meat. What dogs are these? Where is the rascal cook? First, you villains, bring it from the dresser and serve it to me that love it not. There, take it, you trenchers, cups and all. You heedless! Jolted! I tell thee, Kate, 'twas burnt and dried away, and I expressly am forbid to touch it, for it engenders choler, planteth anger, and 'twere better that both of us did fast, since of ourselves are choleric, than feed it with such over-roasted flesh. Be patient, tomorrow it shall be mended, for tonight we will fast for company. Come, I will bring thee to thy bridal chamber.
Peter, didst ever see the like?
He kills her in her own humor.
Where is he?
In her chamber. Making a sermon of continency to her. And rails and swears and rates that she, poor soul, knows not where to stand, to look, to speak. And sits as one new risen from a dream. Away, away, for they're coming here.
Now have I politically begun my reign. 'Tis my hope to end successfully. My falcon is now sharp and passing empty, and till she stoops she must never be fully gorged, for then she never looks upon her lord. She ate no meat today, nor none shall she eat. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. As with the meat, some undeserved fault I'll find about the making of the bed. Here I'll fling the pillow, there the bolster, this way the coverlet, another way the sheets. I, and amid this, hurly I intend that all is done in reverent care of her. And to conclude, she shall watch all night, and if she chance to nod, I'll rail and brawl, and with the clamor keep her still awake. This is a way to kill a wife with kindness, and thus I'll curb her mad and headstrong humor. He that knows better how to tame a shrew, now let him speak. Hey? Hey? No? 'Tis charity to show.
Is it possible, friend Lizio, that Mistress Bianca doth fancy any other than Lucentio? I tell you, sir, she bears me fair in hand.
Sir, to satisfy you in what I have said, stand by and mark the manner of his teaching.
Mistress, profit you in what you read.
What, master, read you? First resolve me that.
I read that I profess the art to love,
And may you prove, sir, master of your art.
while you, sweet dear, prove mistress of my heart.
Quick, proceeders, marry. Now tell me now, you that durst swear that your mistress Bianca loved none so well in the world as Lucentio.
Oh, despiteful love, unconstant womankind! I tell thee, Lizio, this is wonderful.
Mistake no more. I am not Lizio, nor musician as I seem to be, but one that do scorn to live in this disguise, for such a one as leaves a gentleman and makes a god of such a cullion. Know, sir, that I am called Hortensio.
Signor Hortensio! I oft have heard of your entire affection to Bianca, and since mine eyes are witness with you of her lightness, will with you, if you be so contented, forswear Bianca and her love forever.
See how they court Signor Lucentio? Here is my hand, and here I do firmly vow never to woo her more, but do forswear her as one unworthy all the former favors that I fondly flattered her with all.
And here I take the like unfeigned oath, never to marry with Bianca, though she would entreat me. Fie on her, see how beastly she doth court him.
And for me, that I may surely keep mine oath, I will be married to a wealthy widow ere 3 days have passed, who hath long loved me as I have loved this proud, disdainful haggard. And so farewell, Signor Lucentio. Kindness in women, not their beauteous looks, shall win my love. And so I take my leave, in resolution as I swore before.
Mistress Bianca, bless you with such grace as longeth to a lover's blessed case. Nay, I have taken you napping, gentle love, and have forsworn you with Hortensio.
Tranio, you jest. But have you both forsworn me?
Mistress, we have.
Then we are rid of Lycia.
In faith, he'll have a lusty widow now that shall be wooed and wedded in a day.
God give him joy.
Aye, and he'll tame her.
He says so, Tranio.
Faith, he is gone unto the taming school.
The taming school? What? Is there such a place?
Aye, and Petruchio is the master. He that teacheth tricks 11 and 20 long to charm a shrew and tame her chattering tongue.
Master! Master! I've watched so long that I'm dog-weary. But, at last, I spied an ancient angel coming down the hill. Will serve the turn.
What is he, Biandello?
Master, a merchant or a pennant, I know not what, but formal in appearance and gait and countenance surely like a father.
And what of him, Tranio?
If he be credulous and trust my tale, I'll make him glad to see Vincentio and make assurance to Baptista Minola as if he were the right Vincentio. Take in your love and let us alone.
God save you, sir.
And you, sir, you are welcome. Travel you far on, or are you at your farthest?
Sir, at the farthest for a week or two, but then up farther, and as far as Rome, and so to Tripoli if God lend me life.
Of what countrymen, I pray?
Of Mantua?
Of Mantua, sir, and come to Padua careless of your life?
My life, sir. How I pray, for that goes hard.
'Tis death for anyone of Mantua to come to Padua. Know you not the cause? Your ships are stayed at Venice, where the Duke, for private quarrel twixt your Duke and him, hath published and proclaimed it openly. 'Tis marvel but that you are new come. You might have heard it else proclaimed about.
Alas, sir, it is worse for me than so, for I have bills for money by exchange from Florence, and must here deliver them.
Then, to do you courtesy, this will I do, and this advise you. First tell me, have you ever been at Pisa?
I, sir, in Pisa have I often been. Pisa renowned for grave citizens.
And among them know you one Vincentio?
I know not, but I have heard of him, a merchant of incomparable wealth.
He is my father, sir, and sooth to say, in countenance, somewhat doth resemble you.
As much as an apple doth upon an oyster, and all one.
To save your life in this extremity, this favor will I do you for his sake, and think it not the worst of all your faults that you are like to Sir Vincentio. His name and credit shall you undertake, and in my house be friendly lodged. If this be courtesy, sir, accept of it.
Oh, sir, I do, and will repute you ever, the patron of my life and liberty.
Then go with me to make the matter good. This, by the way, I let you understand. My father is here looked for every day to pass an assurance of a dower in marriage twixt me and one Baptista's daughter here. In all these circumstances, I'll instruct you. Go with me to clothe you as becomes you.
No, no. Forsooth, I dare not for my life. Ow.
The more my wrong, the more his spite appears. What, did he marry me to famish me? Beggars that come upon my father's door upon entreaty have a present alms. If not elsewhere, they meet with charity. But I, who never knew how to entreat, nor never needed that I should entreat, am starved for meat, giddy for lack of sleep, and with oaths kept waking, and with brawling fed. And that which spites me more than all these wants, he does it under name of perfect love, as who should say if I should eat or sleep, 'twere deadly sickness or else present death. I prithee, go and give me some repast, I care not what, so it be wholesome food.
What say you to a neat's foot?
I like it well. Good Grumio fetched me.
I cannot tell. I fear 'tis too choleric a meat.
What say you to a fat tripe, finely broiled?
'Tis passing good. I pray thee let me have it.
I fear 'tis too choleric.
What say you to a piece of beef and mustard?
A dish that I do love to feed upon.
Aye, but the mustard's too hot a little.
Why then the beef and let the mustard rest?
Nay, then I will not. You shall have the mustard, or else get no beef of Grumio.
Then both, or one, or anything thou wilt.
Why then, the mustard without the beef.
Go get thee gone, thou polluted slave! That feeds me with the very name of meat! Sorrow on thee and all the cavity that twain back upon my memory! Go get thee gone, I say!
How fares my case? Sweeting Olamort.
Mistress, what cheer?
Faith, as cold as can be.
Pluck up thy spirits, look cheerfully upon me. Look how diligent I am to dress the meat myself and bring it thee. Surely such kindness merits thanks. What? Not a word? Nay then, thou lovest it not, and all my pains assorted to no proof. Here, take away this dish.
I pray you, let it stand.
The poorest service is repaid with thanks, and so shall mine before you touch this meat.
I thank you! Sir!
Signor Petruchio, fie, you are to blame. Come, Mistress Kate, I'll bear thee company.
Eat it up all, Hortensio, if thou lovest me. Much good do it upon thy gentle heart. Kate, eat apace. And now, my honey love, we will unto your fathers to revel it as bravely as the best, with silken coats and caps and golden rings, with ruffs and cuffs and fatherlings and things, with scarves and fans and double change of bravery, with amber bracelets, beads, and all this knavery. What? Hast thou dined? The tailor stays thy leisure to deck thy body with his ruffling treasures. Come, tailor, let us see thy Ah, what news, haberdasher?
Here is the cap your worship did bespeak.
Why, this was molded on a porringer. A velvet dish, fie, 'tis lewd and filthy. A cockle, a walnut shell, a nap, a toy, a trick, a baby's cap. Away with it. Come, let me have a bigger.
I'll have no bigger. This doth fit the time, and gentlewomen wear such caps as these.
What? Oof. When you are gentle, you shall have one too.
That will not be an ace.
Why, sir, I trust I may have leave to speak, and speak I will. I am no child, no babe. Your betters endured me say my mind, and if you cannot, best you stop your ears. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart concealing it will break. And rather than it shall, I shall be free even to the uttermost, as I please in words.
Why, thou sayest true. It is a paltry cap, a custard coffin, a bauble, a silken pie. I love thee well, and that thou likest it not.
Love me or love me not. I like the cabin, it I will have, or I will have none.
Thy melted down like an apple tart. Here snip and nip and cut and slish and slash. Why, what a devil's name, tailor, callest thou this?
I see she's like to have neither cap nor gown.
You bid me make it orderly and well, according to the fashion and the time.
Marry, and did. But if you be remember it, I did not bid thee mar it to the time. Go, and hop me over every kettle home, for you shall hop without my custom, sir. I'll none of it. Hence make your best of it.
Well, I never saw a better fashion gown. More quaint, more pleasing, nor more commendable. Belike you mean to make a puppet of me.
Why, true. He means to make a puppet of thee.
She says your worship means to make a puppet of her.
Oh, monstrous arrogance! Thou liest, thou thread, thou thimble, thou yard, 3 yards, a half yard, quarter, nail! Away, thou flea, thou nit, thou winter cricket, thou brazen mine own house with a skein of thread! Away, thou rag, thou quantity, thou remnant! For I shall so bemeet thee with thy yard, as thou shalt think of prating whilst thou livest. I tell thee that thou hast marred her gown.
Your worship is deceived. The gown is made just as my master had direction. Grumio gave order how it should be done.
I gave him no orders, sir. I gave him the stuff.
But how did you desire it should be made?
Mary, with needle and thread.
But did you not request to have it cut?
Thou hast faced many things.
I have.
Face not me. Thou hast braved many men. Brave not me. I will neither be faced nor braved. I tell thee, I bid thy master cut out the gown, but I did not bid him cut it to pieces. Ergo, thou liest.
Why, here's the note of the fashion to testify.
Read it.
The note lies in his throat if he says I said so.
Imprimis, a loose-bodied gown.
Master, if ever I said loose-bodied gown, sew me in the skirts of it and beat me to death with a bottom of brown thread. I said a gown.
Proceed.
With a small compassed cape.
I confess the cape.
With a trunk sleeve.
I confess 2 sleeves.
The sleeves curiously cut.
Aye, there's the villainy.
Error in the bill, sir, error in the bill. I bid the sleeves should be cut out and sewn up again. And that I'll prove upon thee, though thy little finger be armed in a thimble.
This is true that I say, and I had thee in place where thou shouldn't know it.
I am for thee straight. Take down the bill, give me thy meat yard, and spare me not.
Why, mercy, Grumio, then he shall have no odds.
Well, in brief, sir, the gown is not for me.
You are in the right, sir. 'Tis for my mistress.
Hortensio, say thou wilt see the tailor paid. Go, take it hence, be gone, and say no more.
Tailor, I'll see you be paid for thy gown tomorrow. Take no unkindness of his unhasty words. Away, I say, commend me to thy master.
Well, Kate, we will unto your fathers, even in these honest, mean habiliments. Our purses shall be proud, though our garments poor, for 'tis the mind that makes the body rich, and as the sun breaks through the darkest clouds, so honor peereth in the meanest habit. What? Is the jay more precious than the lark, because his feathers are more beautiful? Or is the adder better than the eel, because his painted skin contents the eye? Oh, no, good Kate, and neither art thou the worse for this poor furniture and mean array. If thou countest it shame, lay it on me, and therefore frolic. We will henceforth to feast and sport us at thy father's house. Go, and call my men, and let us straight to him, and bring our horses unto Long Lane End. There will we mount, and thither walk on foot. Let's see, I think 'tis now some 7 o'clock, and will we may come there by dinner time.
I dare assure you, sir, 'tis almost 2, and 'twill be supper time ere you come there.
Look, it shall be 7 ere I go to horse. What I speak, or do, or think to do, you are still crossing it. Sirs, let it alone. I will not go today, and ere I go, it shall be whatever o'clock I say it is.
Why, so this gallant will command the sun.
Baptista may remember me. 20 years ago in Genoa, where we were lodgers at the Pegasus.
'Tis well, and hold your own in any case with such austerity as longeth to a father.
I warned you. Sir, here comes the boy. 'Twere good he was schooled.
Fear not him. Strabiendello. Now do your duty truly, I advise you. Imagine 'twere the right Vincentio.
Son, fear not me.
But hast thou done thy errand to Baptista?
I told him your father was at Venice and you looked for him this day in Padua.
Thou'rt a tall fellow. Hold thee that to drink. Here comes Baptista, sir. Set your countenance. Signor Baptista, you are happily met. Sir, this is the gentleman I told you of. I pray, stand good father to me now, and give me Bianca for my patrimony.
Soft, son. Sir, by your leave, having come to Padua to gather in some depths, my son Lucentio made me acquainted with a weighty cause of love between your daughter and himself. And for the good report I hear of you, and for the love he bears to your daughter, and she to him, say him not too long, I am content in a good father's care to have him matched. And if you so please like, no worse than I, upon some agreements, me shall you find ready and willing, with one consent to have her so bestowed. For curious, I cannot be with you, Senor Baptista, of whom I hear so well.
Sir, pardon me in what I have to say. Your plainness and your shortness please me well. Right true it is your son Lucentio here doth love my daughter, and she loveth him, or both dissemble deeply their affections. And therefore, if you say no more than this, that like a father you will deal with him, and pass my daughter sufficient dower, the match is made and all is done. Your son shall have my daughter with consent.
Then it's my lodging, and it's like you. There doth my father lie, and there this night will pass the business privately and well. Send for your daughter by this servant here. My boy shall fetch the scrivener presently.
It likes me well. Cambio, hie you home, and bid Bianca make her ready straight. And if you will, tell what hath happened. Lucentio's father's arrived in Padua, and how she's like to be Lucentio's wife.
I pray that she may with all my heart.
Dally not with the gods, but get thee gone. Signor Baptista, shall I lead the way?
Follow you.
Cambio!
What sayest thou, Biendello?
You saw my master wink and laugh upon you.
Biendello, what of that?
Faith, nothing, but he has left me behind to expound the moral or meanings of his signs and tokens.
I pray thee, moralize them.
Then thus, Baptista is safe talking with the deceiving father of a deceitful son.
And what of him?
His daughter is to be brought back to the supper by you.
And then?
The old priest at St. Luke's church is at your command at all hours.
And what of all this?
I cannot tell, but they are busied about a counterfeit assurance. Take your assurance of her, cum privilegio adem prendum solum. To the church, take the priest, clerk, and some sufficient honest witnesses. If this be not what you look for, I have no more to say, but bid Bianca farewell forever and a day.
Hearest thou, Biendello?
I cannot tarry. But I once knew a wench married in an afternoon as she went to the garden for some parsley to stuff a rabbit. And so may you, sir. And so would you, sir. My master hath appointed me to go to the priest and bid him to be ready to come against you with your appendix.
I may and will, if she be so contented. She will be pleased, then wherefore should I doubt? Hap what hap may, I'll roundly go about her. And shall the heart of Cambio go without her?
And after every farmer's cart did my cock crow. So I went to market to buy a
Hey!
pig did very well please me. Every time I fed me pig, I fed her all under a tree. And me pig went. And me pig went. And me pig went.
Once more toward our fathers. Oi. Ugh. Good Lord, how bright and goodly shines the moon.
The moon. The sun. It is not moonlight now.
I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now, by my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be moon or sun or whatever I list before I journey to your father's house. Go on and fetch our horses back again. Evermore crossed and crossed, nothing but crossed.
Say as he says, or we shall never go.
Forward! I pray, since we have come so far, and be it moon or sun or anything thou wilt, and if you please to call it a rust candle, henceforth I vow it shall be so for me.
I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, no liest, it is the blessed sun.
God be blessed. It is the blessed sun. But sun it is not. When you say it is not. And the moon changes even as your mind. What you will have it named, and even that it is. And so it shall be so for Catherine.
Go thy ways, Petruchio, the field is won.
Well, forward, forward! And thus the bull should run, and not unluckily against the bias. But soft, company is coming here. Come, gentle mistress, where away? Now, tell me, Kate, and tell me truly, too, hast thou ever beheld such a fine gentlewoman? Such war of white and red within her cheeks, with stars, their spangle heavenly beauty as those two eyes which become her heavenly face. Fair, lovely maid, once more good day to thee. Embrace her, Kate, for her beauty's sake.
He shall make the man mad to make the woman of him.
Young, budding, virgin. Fair and fresh and sweet. Whither away or where is thy abode? Happy the parent of so fair a child. Happier the man whom favorable stars allots thee as his lovely bedfellow.
How now, Kate? I hope thou art not mad. That is a man! Old, wrinkled, faded, withered, and not a maiden as thou sayest he is.
Oh, pardon, old father. My mistaking eyes and have been so bedazzled with the sun. Now I perceive that art a reverend father. Pardon me for my mad mistaking.
Do, good old grandsire, and withal make known which way thou travellest. If along with us, we shall be joyful of thy company.
Fair sir, and you, my merry mistress, that with your strange encounter much amazed me. My name is called Vincentio. My dwelling is Pisa, and bound I am to Padua, there to visit a son of mine, which long I have not seen.
What is his name?
Lucentio, gentle sir.
Happily met, the happier for thy son. And now by law as well as reverend age, I may entitle thee my loving father. The wife to this gentlewoman, the sister to my gentlewoman. The sister to my wife, this gentlewoman, your son of Mary. Nay, look not big, nor wonder not. She is of good esteem, of worthy birth, her dowry wealthy, and so qualified to be the spouse of any noble gentleman. Let me embrace with old Vincencio, and wander we to see thine honest son, who will of thy arrival be full joyous.
But is this true? Or is it else your pleasure, like pleasant travelers, to break a jest upon the company you overtake?
I do assure thee, father, so it is.
Come, go along with us, and see the truth whereof, for our first merriment hath made thee jealous.
Well, Petruchio, this has put me in heart. Now to my widow, and if she be froward, then hast thou taught Hortensio to be untoward.
Softly and swiftly, sir, for the priest is ready.
I fly, Biendello, but they may need to chance it at home. Therefore, leave us.
Nay, faith. I'll see the church while you're back, and then come back to my masters as soon as I can.
I marvel Cambio comes not all this while.
Sir, here is the door. This is Lucencio's house. My father's bears more toward the marketplace. There must I, and here I leave you.
You shall not choose but drink before you go. I think I shall command your welcome here, and by all likelihood, some cheers toward.
Is there busy within? You had best knock louder.
What's he that knocks as we beat down the gate?
Is Signor Lucencio within, sir?
He's within, sir, but not to be spoken withal.
What if a man bring him £100 or two to make merry withal?
Keep your £100 to yourself. Shall need none so long as I live.
Did I not tell you your son was well beloved in Padua? Do you hear, sir? To put an end to frivolous circumstances, I bid thee tell Signor Lucencio that his father has come from Pisa and is here at the door to speak with him.
Thou liest! His father has come from Padua and here, looking out at the window.
Art thou his father?
Aye, sir, so his mother says, if I may believe her.
Why, how now, gentlemen? This is flat knavery to take upon you another man's name.
Lay hands on the villain. I believe he means to cousin somebody in the city, and of my countenance.
I've seen them in church together. God send them good shipping. Oh, what's this? Ah! 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 'Tis my old master Vincencio. Now we're undone and brought to nothing.
Come hither, crackhemp.
I hope I may choose so, sir.
Come hither, you rogue. What? Have you forgot me?
What? Got you? Why, no, sir, for I've never seen you before in my life.
What? You notorious villain! Didst thou never see thy master's father, Vincentio?
What? My master? See where he looks out of the window.
Is it so indeed? Move!
Oh.
Ah!
It's a madman will kill me! Outside, help! Take him back,
Kate, we'll stand aside and see the end of this controversy.
Sir, what are you that offers to beat my servants?
What am I, sir? Nay, what are you, sir? Oh, immortal gods! Oh, fine villain! A silken doublet? A velvet hose? A scarlet cloak? A comforting hat? Oh, I am undone! I am undone! While I play the good husband at home, my son and my servant spend all at the university.
How now? What's the matter?
What is the man lunatic?
Sir, you seem by your habit a sober ancient gentleman, but your words show you are a madman. What cerns it you if I wear pearl and gold? I think my good father I'm able to maintain it.
Thy father? Oh, villain! He is a sailmaker in Bergamo!
You mistake, sir. You mistake, sir. Pray, what do you think is his name?
His name? As if I knew not his name! I have brought him up ever since he was 3 years old! And his name is Tranio.
Wait. His name is Lucentio, and he is my only son, and heir to the lands of me, Signor Vincentio.
Lucentio? Oh, he hath murdered his master! Lay hold on him! I charge you in the Duke's name! Oh, my son! My son! Tell me, thou villain, where is my son Lucentio?
Call forth an officer! Carry this mad knave to jail! Father Baptista, I charge you see he be forthcoming.
Carry me to the jail?
Officer, he shall not go to prison.
Talk not, Signor Gremio. I say he shall go to prison.
Take heed, Signor Baptista, lest you be coney catched in this business. I dare swear this is the right Vincentio.
Swear if thou darest.
Nay, I dare not swear it.
Then thou wouldst best say that I am not Lucentio.
Yea, I know thee to be Signor Lucentio.
Away with the dotard, to the jail with him.
Thus strangers may be hailed and abused. Oh, monstrous villain!
Oh, we are spoiled, and yonder he is. Deny him, forswear him, or else we be undone.
Pardon, sweet father.
Lives my sweet son!
Pardon, dear father.
How hast thou offended? Where is Lucentio?
Here's Lucentio, right son to the right Vincentio. The half thy name, lay thy brother while counterfeit supposes glare thine eye.
He's packing with a witness to deceive us all.
Where is that villain Tranio that faced and braved me in this matter so?
Why, tell me, is not this my Cambio?
Cambio is changed into Lucentio.
Love wrought these miracles. Bianca's love made me exchange my state with Tranio, while he did bear my countenance in the town. And happily I've arrived unto the wished haven of my bliss. What Tranio did, myself enforced him to. Then pardon him, sweet father, for my sake.
I'll slit the villain's nose that would have sent me to the jail!
But do you hear, sir? Have you married my daughter without asking my goodwill?
Fear not, Baptista. We will content you. Go to. But I will in to be revenged for this villainy.
And I to sound the depth of this knavery.
Look not pale, Bianca, thy father will not frown.
My cake is dough, but all in among the rest. Out of hope of all, but my share of the feast.
Husband, let us follow. See the end of this adieu.
First, of me.
No, sir, God forbid. But ashamed to kiss.
Why then, let's home again. Sirrah, let's away.
Nay, I will give thee a kiss.
Ooh.
Hey,
Don't look. No peeking.
Now pray thee, love, stay.
Is not this well? Come, my sweet Kate, better once than never, for never too late.
Hey, hey, no. Hey. Oh, hey.
At last, so long, our jarring notes agree, and time it is when raging war is done, to smile at scapes and perils overblown. My fair Bianca, bid my father welcome. Well, I with self-same kindness welcome yours. Brother Petruchio!
Hey!
Sister Katharina! And thou, with thy loving widow. Feast with the best and welcome to my house. My banquet is to close our stomachs up after our great good cheer. Pray you, sit you down, for if we sit to chat as well as eat.
Nothing but sit and eat and eat.
Padua affords this kindness, son Petruchio.
Padua affords nothing but what is kind.
For both our sakes, I would that were true.
Now, for my life, Hortensio fears his widow.
And never trust me if I be afeard.
You are very sensible, and yet you miss my sense. I mean, Hortensio is afeard of you.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round.
Roundly replied.
Mistress, how mean you that?
Thus I conceive by him.
Conceives by me? How likes Hortensio that?
My widow says, thus she conceives her tale.
Oh, very well mended. Kiss him for that good widow.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I pray you tell me what you meant by that.
Your husband, being troubled by a shrew, measures my husband by his woe, and there you have my meaning.
A very mean meaning.
Right, I mean you.
And I am mean indeed, respecting you.
To her, Kate!
To her, widow.
100 marks, my Kate doth put her down.
That's my office.
Spoke like an officer. Ha, to thee, lad.
How like Screamio these quick-witted folks.
Believe me, sir, they butt together well.
Head and butt and hasty-witted body would say your head and butt were head and horn.
Aye, Mistress Bride. Hath that awakened you?
Aye, but not frighten me, therefore I'll sleep again.
Nay, that you will not. Since you have begun, have at you for a bitter jest or two.
Am I your bird? I mean to shift my bush and then pursue me as you draw your bow. Come, come, you are welcome all.
Huh. She hath prevented me. Signor Tranio, this bird you aimed at, though you hit her not. Therefore, health to all that shot and missed.
Sir, Lucentio missed me like his greyhound, which runs himself but catches for his master.
A good swift simile, yet something currish.
'Tis well that you hunted for yourself. 'Tis thought your deer does hold you at bay.
Petruchio, Tranio hits you now.
I thank thee for that gird, good Tranio.
Confess, confess. Hath he not hit you there?
He hath a little galled me, I confess. And as the jest did glance away from me, 'tis 10 to 1 it maimed you two outright.
Now in good sadness, son Petruchio, I think thou hast the veriest shrew of all.
Well, I say no. And, for assurance, let each man send unto his wife, and he whose wife is most obedient to come at first when he doth send for her, will win the wager which we shall propose.
Content. What's the wager?
20 crowns.
20 crowns? Why, so much I'll venture of my hawk or hound, but 20 times so much upon my wife.
100 then.
Content.
A match. Tis done.
Who shall begin?
That will I. Go, Biendello. Bid your mistress come to me.
Son, I'll be your half Bianca comes.
I'll have no halves. I'll bear it all myself.
Hey,
How now? What news?
My mistress sends word. She's busy and cannot come.
Oh, she's busy and she cannot come. Is that an answer?
Aye, and a kind one too. Pray God, sir, your wife send you none a worse.
I hope better.
Sirrah Biendello, go forth and entreat my wife to come to me forthwith.
Oh ho, entreat her. Nay then, she must needs come.
I am afraid, sir, do what you can, yours will not come. Now where's my wife?
She says you have some goodly jest in hand. She will not come. She bids you come to her.
Oh, worse and worse! Vile, intolerable, not to be endured. Sirrah Grumio, go to your mistress and say I command her come to me.
I know her answer.
What?
She will not.
The fouler fortune mine, and there an end.
Now by my holidam, here comes Katerina.
What is your will, sir, that you send for me?
Where is your sister and Hortensio's wife?
They sit conferring by the parlor fire.
Go and fetch them hither, and if they deny to come, swinge me them forth soundly into their husbands. Away I say, and bring them hither straight.
Now here's a wonder, if you talk of a wonder.
And so it is. I wonder what it bodes.
Marry, peace it bodes, in love and quiet life, an awful rule and right supremacy, and to be short, what's not that's sweet and happy.
So now fair befall thee, good Petruchio. The wager thou hast won, and I will add unto their losses 20,000 crowns, another dowry to another daughter, for she is changed as she had never been.
Now I'll show more sign of her obedience, her new-built virtue and obedience. See where she comes, and brings your froward wives as prisoners to her womanly persuasion. Catherine, that cap becomes you not. Off with that bauble, throw it underfoot.
Lord, let me never have a cause to sigh till I be brought to such a silly pass.
Fie, what a foolish duty call you this?
I would your duty were as foolish too. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianca, has cost me 100 crowns in supper time.
Who will fool you for laying on my duty?
Catherine, I charge you, tell these headstrong women what duty they do owe their lords and husbands.
Come, come, you're mocking. We shall have no telling.
Come on, I say, and first begin with her.
She shall not.
I say she shall, and first begin with her.
Fie, and knit that threatening, unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances from those eyes, to wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor. It blots thy beauty as frost you bite the meads, confounds thy fame as Rowan shakes fair buds, and is in no sense meet or amiable. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty, and while it is so, none so dry or thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor, both by sea and land, to watch the night in storm, the day in cold, while thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and craves no other tribute at thy hand, with love, fair looks, and true obedience. Too little payment for so great a debt. Such duty as the subject owes the prince, even such a woman oweth to her husband. And when she is froward, peevish, sullen, sour, and not obedient to his honest will, what is she but a foul contending rebel and a graceless traitor to her loving lord? I am ashamed that women are so simple, to offer war when they should kneel for peace, or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway, when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why are our bodies soft and weak and smooth and apt to toil and trouble in the world, but that our soft conditions in our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Come, you froward and unable worms. My mind has been as big as one of yours. My heart is great, my reason halfly more, to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws. Our strength as weak, our weakness past compare, that seeming to be most, which we indeed least are. Then veil your stomach, for 'tis no boot, and place your hand below your husband's foot. In token of which duty, if he please, my hand is ready, may it do him ease.
Why, there's a wench. Come on and kiss me, Kate.
Go thy ways, old lad, for thou shalt have it.
'Tis a good hearing when children are toward,
but a harsh hearing when women are froward.
Come on, Kate, we'll to bed. Us three are married, but you two are sped. 'Twas I won the wager, though you hit the whites, and being a winner, God give you good nights.
all so much for coming. Before we end this show, we have another person, though, that we have to thank, and that would be our director, Mrs. Bickley.
If you don't know, Mrs. Bickley has been directing with us for 7 years now. But this year we're especially thankful to her because this year Mrs. Bickley is going through chemotherapy, and yet she's still chosen to come here and do this with us. And she's been here for each and every one of us, pushing us and directing us and really encouraging us to do things which we would never do otherwise. And she's just an incredible gift to us, and we all love her so much. And for me personally, she's taught me so much, not just performing Shakespeare, which is incredible, but also how to push through and do hard things and uncomfortable things. And she's really more than just our director. So thank you, Mrs. Bickley.
As for me, I have been with Mrs. Bickley through all 7 years, so it has been quite a ride. And she has taught me so much to help me grow as an actor, but just as a person in general. So thank you, Mrs. Bickley, so much.
Beg your patience one more. Thank you so much, children. You did a wonderful job, and this isn't ever any year just me doing it all, as I always say. But this year in particular, I have to bring out Noah Gulliver, because I kind of dumped it in his lap. Crying too much, and all the Gullivers, Levi, and all the parents, so many people. So it really is a group effort, and I just want you to know that there's other people that stood in my place and helped me through, and I thank God for them, and I thank God for all of you here tonight. Thank you so much. So thank you very much.
That is all we have for tonight, so thank you everyone for coming.
And feel free to stay for pictures, and we hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
Well, I went to market to buy a cock, and the cock didn't very well please me. Every time I fed me cock, I fed her all under a tree. And me cock went cock and cock and cock-a-doodle-doo. And after every farmer's cock did my cock crow. So I went to market to buy a hen, and the hen did very well please me. Every time I fed me hen, and I fed her all under a tree. And me hen went cattle cock cock, went cock and cock and cock-a-doodle-doo. And after every farmer's cock did my cock crow. So I went to market to buy a duck, and the duck did very well please me. Every time I fed me duck, and I fed her all under a tree. And me duck went quack, and me hen went cattle cock. This walks have been debated. We have celebrated the coming of the spring. And so, jolly rumbaloo, we were up long before the day out to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May. For summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away. Oh. Take the scone to where the hornets was the crest when you was born. Your father's father wore it, and your father wore it too. And so, jolly rumbaloo, we were up long before the day out to welcome in the summer, to welcome in the May. Oh. For summer is a-coming in and winter's gone away. Oh. God bless and merry